Waste management dates back to 1893 in Chicago, Illinois. Started by the Dutch immigrant Harm Wezinga, it was later officially founded in 1968 by his grandson Wayne Wezinga and his business partner Dean Bunrock. Waste management more than tripled its annual revenue from $5 million to $17 million between 1968 and 1971 during the beginning years of the company. In 1993, Waste Management renamed the corporation to WMX Technologies in efforts to promote other lines of services. The mission statement is as follows. As North America's leading provider of comprehensive waste management services, our mission is to maximize resource value while minimize impact in order to further both economic and environmental sustainability for all of our stakeholders. Residential services include waste pickup, recycling services, hazardous waste pickup, yard waste pickup, organic waste pickup such as compost, and also bulk waste. Business services include recycle by mail, medical waste, waste pickup, construction services, recycling services, and security services. Waste management uses a performance scorecard process to ensure the strategic objectives are being followed. Results from the performance scorecard assist with the legal and regulatory compliance and support environmental performance, stewardship goals, and promotion of waste management values. During the first stage, waste management takes into account the perspective and feedback from its customers, shareholders, employees, community members, and other stakeholders. Additionally, waste management uses previous performance metrics to align their strategic objectives in the second stage. Stage 2 and 3 aligns waste management's major financial, operational, environmental, community, people, safety and compliance, and customer objectives with specific company-wide programs and community initiatives. Stage 4 sets targets as part of our annual budgeting process. These targets represent commitments made to our stakeholders and include improvements and metrics that are factored into employee evaluations. Monthly and quarterly reports are made and presented to the board of directors. Additionally, there are monthly and quarterly performance reviews to continuously engage all layers of management on progress towards organizational goals. In 2017, Waste Management reported a stock price of $73.37. This is up 46.29% from its stock price in 2007. In 2016, Waste Management reported $13,609,000 in total revenue. This included $8,486,000 in cost revenue and $5,123,000 in profit reported. $20,859,000 was reported in total assets, while $15,562,000 was reported in total liabilities. Their net income for 2016 was $1,182,000.
So first off, we have the demographics, and there's 577,000 employees in the industry in the United States. And the average annual wage for those employees is $36,000 a year. The median age per employee is 43.3 years old. And we have quite a bit of an ethnic mix. About 60.70% people in the industry are white, 2% Asian, 13.2% are African American, and 24.1% are Hispanic or Latino. And now we go on to the sociocultural aspect. In an entire industry, 17.2% of employees are women. Even though that number may seem kind of low, it's actually a pretty big positive because all the women are really in managerial roles, so that tends to help a little bit. And then another positive for the industry is that the entire industry as a whole is very environmentally conscious. A few examples of this is there's an environmental exchange initiative, which is industry-wide, which is actually supported by the Oxford Brookes University, which promotes the recycling of environmentally friendly waste. And then there's the Think Green initiative, which is specific to waste management, which includes e-cycling, which is the recycling of laptops or cell phones or really anything electronic. Then there's renewable energy, fleet, and what they mean by fleet is they have about 2,000 natural gas garbage trucks in the company, which helps cut down on emissions. Then there's waste conversion and organics. And what organics is, it's the produce that gets thrown away. They're able to recycle that and turn it into mulch for playgrounds and backyards and so forth. And then we have the political legal aspect. So political legal has the taxation laws, deregulation, and labor training laws. And then for the labor training laws, all the employees in the industry is really just going to have to comply with OSHA per usual. Everyone in the industry or beyond this industry has to comply with OSHA. It's a pretty big deal. And then for taxation, the biggest thing is that something called charging for collection of waste, which is the council tax, actually pays for householders to get most of their waste collected for free. That way the householders aren't paying extra out of pocket for it. And then there's the deregulation of municipal landfills, which is a rule proposed by the EPA that would permit states to waive compliance with most federal designs. And then as we talk about technology, really when we talk about technology, we talk about innovation and how that's really the new name of the game. Regardless, beyond the waste industry and the technology industry, if your company doesn't have the best up-to-date technology and the new greatest and best and greatest innovative ideas, they're just gonna fall behind. So for example, the waste industry is really focusing on bioreactors. And in short, what a bioreactor is, it's a chemical process that's gonna be able to provide a suitable environment in which an organism can efficiently produce a target product. And then another example of technology is waste management and IBM are actually working together through IBM's Smarter Cities initiative, which is going to help the company leverage data. That way they can improve their operational performance in certain sectors. And then we have global. And when we talk about global, we want to know what are they doing globally, obviously. So the waste industry really needs to focus on getting out of the United States and then branching off overseas, because there's a lot of newly industrialized companies such as Brazil, India, Malaysia, and the Philippines. And those are just to name a few. You can also throw China in the mix, and those are also considered critical countries. For a while now, the waste industry has kind of been flatlining a little bit with little peaks or little drops as far as revenue goes, and the industry is just so saturated, between Waste Management and Republic Services being the number 2 company in the industry, and there's a bunch of little guys in between. So they really need to start getting off into the overseas market, and beyond making a profit, they're able to really help the environment more, because sure, you're helping the environment when you do it in the US alone, but as soon as you branch off overseas, you have more of a global presence and you're able to help on a bigger scale. And then kind of a little political aspect to it is nuclear waste is kind of a hot topic right now. In 2015, 7 nuclear plants closed, and no one knew what to do with the waste. And Congress kind of disapproved of the idea of just storing the waste at the abandoned factories, which is actually what they decided upon. But then at the same time, Congress didn't provide an alternative example, so it's kind of catch-22.
So, a few of the key industry trends that I will be going over are, the main one is the use of data analysis. So this has been a key innovation that a lot of waste management companies have started to use in order to increase the efficiency of being able to monitor different kind of waste management techniques and to establish more information on how to improve the waste management system. Another one is that there are a lot of big companies and there's not a lot of small companies in this industry. So recently we've seen a lot of mergers and acquisitions of smaller waste removal companies by larger competitors. The next key industry trend would be that there's a lot more technology that's been created and a lot more innovation that's been going on in the industry. So we can see the use of drones are used to monitor landfills and to be able to see how the landfills are operating and what needs to be done to be improved in the landfills. Another one that is the most recent industry trend that we are going to see in the future is that there's a lot of infrastructure that is being planned to happen in the most recent years. And so with all the new infrastructure, there's going to be a lot more waste, there's going to be a lot more trash that the state and local governments are going to have to invest their money in order to go in and remove all the debris and everything. So this industry is growing exponentially, and one of the key reasons because of that is due to the global population increasing daily at a very rapid pace. And so as more people are in the globe, obviously there's going to be more waste, and we need to create more ways to deal with specifically individual waste in the private sector. So companies like Waste Management Corporation have been using advancements in technology and innovation to be able to help facilitate the increasing awareness of individual carbon footprints and the individual effects on the environment that people are now becoming aware of. As well, like I said, the private sector is becoming a very important way for people or these companies to expand their product lines and services. And so, for example, there's door-to-door pickup, there's mailing for batteries and electronic waste. And so these are just a few of the services that have actually facilitated the growth of the industry. Waste Management is the largest company in the industry. Their market share is 37.07%, and Republic Services follows that at 22.18%. So Waste Management is definitely the dominant leader in this industry.
The real analysis for waste management is as follows. The first two resources are strong financial position and brand equity, which we thought had sustainable competitive advantage since they are valuable, rare, costly to imitate, exploited by organization, and bring above average returns. The next resource is well-managed processes. We thought that well-managed processes had value and rarity along with exploitation by the company, but wasn't costly to imitate, so it brings a temporary competitive advantage for the company and brings an average return. The next four resources are excellent leadership, innovative ideas, plant facilities, and technology. These all bring competitive parity to the company since they are valuable and exploited well by the company and bring average returns. The next two resources are services and operating systems. These both bring temporary competitive advantage since they are valuable, rare, and exploited well by the organization but aren't costly to imitate, and these bring above average returns. The last and final resource that we chose is pickup and logistics infrastructure, which we believe is valuable, rare, costly to imitate, and exploited well by the organization, allowing them to have a sustainable competitive advantage in this area and bring above average returns.
As far as the inbound logistics go for waste management, obviously we have an immense vehicle fleet. We have waste receptacles, waste, recycle, compact, construction, all different types of waste receptacles. We got great employees that we train as well as we can. We have landfills and recycling centers that are all over the U.S. Going into our operational and outbound logistics, we have, obviously we're going to be collecting waste. We're going to be doing a lot of recycling services, bulk waste pickup, hazardous waste pickup, and we're going to deal with the redistribution of the recycled materials that we make. We're going to get retrieval of our dumpsters, and we're going to do recycle by mail. Going into our customer retention, obviously we're going to do as much as we can in sponsorships with golf tournaments and things of the such. We're going to have as much emphasis as customer service as we can. We're going to really further our Think Green initiative. We really want to put an emphasis on how much we value sustainability. We're going to hire through community outreach initiatives, and we're going to have really strong brand identity through our trucks, that classic green and yellow truck. So those are all our primary activities. Going into our secondary activities, as far as firm infrastructure goes, we obviously have a lot of assets that we need to have a close eye on, and so we have a vast asset logistical infrastructure to make sure we know where all of our trucks are at all times. We do have a very diverse board of directors, so we're going to have different viewpoints on different items. We're going to have a very good idea of where we should go in the future. As far as human resource management goes, we got Waste Management University, which is going to enrich our employees' learning as far as what they need to know for their jobs. And we also, as I said earlier, we recruit through tight relations within the community. So as far as recruiting goes, we recruit through tight relations within our community organizations. We have a very competitive employee benefit program that deals with our health benefits as well as incentives to get into the gym, things along those lines. Our technology development is key to our company. Our R&D is always working on new things. Right now, we're really working on IoT technologies to create smart devices as far as tracking how much you're recycling, how much trash is going out, really trying to start understanding this industry as much as we can. We're really trying to divulge into smartphone applications, trying to maybe potentially show the consumer when the truck will be at their house, remind them not to put the trash cans out, those kinds of things. As well as converting landfill emissions into reusable energy through carbon dioxide. Procurement is key to a company as big as ours, but we have to keep our environmental awareness at the forefront of our minds to further our Think Green movement. Also, we have a code of conduct for our contractors, consultants, and suppliers that really binds them to the values that we value the most.
Waste management. Waste management does have the largest trucking fleet in the waste management industry, so this really helps with our brand recognition and just being able for our customers to see those big green trucks with the green and yellow waste management logo on them. We offer numerous pickup services, which include food and organic waste, medical waste pickup, and bulk and battery pickup. We have a very strong financial backing from our stakeholders. We also offer single stream recycling, which is huge. It allows our customers just to put all of their recyclables into one container instead of being sorted into separate commodities, which has increased our recycling over 60%. And also one more strength that we have is that the majority of our landfills are certified landfills. So this means that they're protected wildlife areas in partnership with the Wildlife Habitat Council. A few weaknesses that we have for our company is just numerous lawsuits regarding the improper disposal of waste. One just happened back in 2014 that settled a lawsuit of digging in waste that wasn't supposed to be in a landfill to increase the capacity. We've also had a number of lawsuits regarding the accounting scandals, which has resulted in a lot of frequent changes in top management. The company has not really entered into the global market, which is a weakness, just because there's so many laws and restrictions in the global industry. Some opportunities of waste management include the demand of recyclable methods are increasing. So a lot of our customers are really looking for a way to recycle more and more of their waste, whether that's from their medical equipment into their trash and recyclables. There are very positive views on the waste management industry. Again, there's very significant benefits for the environment, and people are really happy about this. Some threats to our industry for waste management is that landfill capacity is running out. These wastes are filling up in our landfills, and not a lot of landfills are being created around the United States. There are federal and government restrictions in the United States and as well as globally, so it's very hard to enter that potential market that could be there for the U.S. in areas that are geographically hard to get to. Again, there's very low awareness for waste, from waste to energy, and there's low participation of recycling waste from corporations and from residential areas in the general population. Some geographic locations make it hard for our trucks to enter and difficult for corporate and residential areas to recycle their waste.
First and foremost, we believe that waste management should enter into the renewable energy industry. We see the growth in that industry as well as our capability to take advantage of that with the various assets we already have. We really also see an opportunity in applying the solar power in our trucks to be completely, power efficient. Secondly, we really want to pair with companies in the area to really push the recycling section of our company and really let them know all the services that we do offer as far as bulk pickup. We have hazardous waste pickup, all these different things. We can really offer a lot to these companies that are trying to reduce their carbon footprint. Third, we really want to go into making sure we're as efficient as possible at our landfills. Through use of drones, we can eliminate as many employees as possible and really have a good feel of how much trash is actually at these landfills and how much we need to really take care of what's going on there. The fourth topic that I want to cover is incorporating technology into the consumer side of our product, as far as having applications telling the consumer when the truck will arrive at their house, push notifications to make sure that they know, hey, make sure you set your trash cans out the night before. All these things really will push a better product and better value for our company.
Two specific recommendations that we have made for waste management is to 1, promote the more green operations to drive larger tax incentives and investing into more research and development towards green technology. Number 2 would be to create joint ventures with other waste corporations in other countries. Each of the 2 strategies will address the 5 elements of strategy mentioned in Hambrick and Fredrickson's paper. For our primary recommendation, the geographic area would be the United States, and the more specific arena would be technological. It would be the technology arena that would allow waste management to invest more money into research and development to help boost revenue by generating more profits and take advantage of tax breaks. Furthermore, there are many tax incentives into going green, which is another reason to become more environmental. The driving vehicle would be to partner with a technology company to help provide necessary resources to make going green easier. With Waste Management being a garbage company, essentially they do not have the means to create windmills and run their plants. Making a partnership with a technology company is necessary and valuable. Waste Management is already the leading innovator in green technology in the waste industry, but the differentiator would be for Waste Management to become 100% green. An example of this would be to get their entire vehicle fleet of garbage trucks to run off of natural gas, not just a fraction of their vehicles, which they are currently doing. Staging is the next process. There is no universal order or speed things should be done, so this is really the discretion of the strategist. Our secondary recommendation is to become more involved in the overseas market. The arena is relatively broad. It would be anywhere outside the United States. This is because more than one country is considered a critical market for waste management. With Waste Management being the largest company in the United States, they have a plethora of resources and capabilities at their disposal using economies of scale to set up shop in international countries.